How's it going on, guys? Mark here, and this is my first what if called What If Krillin Became Strong. I always thought that the humans had good potential, but the characters got wasted. So why not change things up a bit and give Krillin opportunities he should have had that will make him stronger so that he could keep up with Goku and the other Saiyans. And who knows, maybe the other characters might get a buff as well. But we will only know once you guys like this video and give me support to continue the series. Alright, let's get into the what if. It starts right before everyone separates in Dragon Ball, and a time skip leading up to the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokan. Instead of Goku training on his own, Krillin follows Goku on his adventure, and this will make them both quite a bit stronger than in canon. They both meet up with Bulma and the others, and then fight in the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Even though Krillin is stronger, he is still weaker than Goku, so Goku ends up defeating Piccolo Jr. pretty much the same as canon, and marries Chi-Chi. During the 5 years of peace, with Piccolo Jr. still roaming around, Krillin finds the motivation to train and to also surpass his rival in power. Krillin and Master Roshi train together to get stronger as well as learn some new techniques. Krillin ends up learning the Thunder Shock Surprise, finding it useful, as well as learning one of Master Roshi's signature techniques, the buff form. Now I don't know why Krillin learned nothing from Roshi as he was there for the entire 5 years, and he's seeing firsthand how useful some of Roshi's techniques are. The Krillin is just lazy or Roshi's a bum. Most likely though, Toriyama is just starting to not care anymore, and this is the introduction of a villain that kickstarts everything. After the 5 years, everyone reunites at Kami House, with everyone surprised that Goku has a kid. Everyone is having a good time until Raditz shows up. Everything that happens after goes relatively the same, except when Krillin gets smacked into Kami House, he isn't knocked out and follows Goku to defeat Raditz along with Piccolo. Piccolo kinda scoffs at Krillin, thinking he wouldn't be of much use, but he was very wrong. As they both land, Raditz scans their power level. He laughs thinking that they're so weak, but they're all suppressed at the moment. Goku and Piccolo take off their weighted clothes, and Krillin powers up. Raditz scans them again, and here's their power level. Goku's at 450, he isn't rated at the moment, due to Goku training with Krillin prior making him stronger than canon. Piccolo is at the same at 408, and our star of the scenario, Krillin, is at a power level of 280 this time. With his buff form, he matches Goku with 450. Now let's talk about the buff form multiplier. It was never stated, but I decided to follow another YouTuber named Jordan the Wolf and went with a 1.6 times boost. By the way, this will increase later on as Krillin masters and improves it. I know it may seem a lot, but honestly, I think it's a decent increase. All three rush at Raditz, to which he handles them pretty easily. Krillin is having a hard time keeping up as they fight, so he jumps away and bulks up, revealing his new buff form. Piccolo is shocked at this because he can feel that Krillin actually surpassed him in power, and he's not happy about this. He jumps back into the fight and is now much more even. Collectively, they're pretty much on par with Raditz with a power level of 1300. Raditz is having a hard time fighting them, as they're all pretty strong. The three come up with a plan to stop Raditz, and this is what they do. Goku jumps away as Piccolo slams both of his hands into Raditz's head and sends him flying. Before he retaliates, Krillin stuns him with his Thunder Shock Surprise for a moment, before Goku fires off his Kamehameha and it slams directly into Raditz. We look on to see what happened, but then are shocked to see that while Raditz is pretty banged up, he's far from down. They continue to battle, with the three forming good synergy as they battle. Unfortunately, while Krillin has pretty good control of the buff form, he hasn't mastered it yet, so he runs out of energy and gets knocked out. Goku and Piccolo get beat up, which makes Gohan angry and escapes to run in, and rams into Raditz, hurting him badly. Piccolo and Goku still resort to the Special Beam Cannon, which kills both Raditz and Goku. Krillin wakes up and tries to stop Piccolo from taking Gohan, but he's too weak to do anything about it. Bulma and Roshi arrive and they learn of the two Saiyans coming to Earth, so they gather the remaining Z Fighters to train at Kami's lookout. They try to revive Goku but learn of his otherworldly training. This time, he takes the opportunity and asks Kami if he could also train with Goku. Kami hesitates, but after Krillin's pleading a reason, he obliges and contacts King Kai. At first, he refuses, but after much pleading, he lets up and only lets Krillin train in the other world. Kami teleports to King Yama and Krillin sees Goku waiting for him. They're happy to see each other, and Goku tells them King Kai told him everything. And so, they set off to travel Snake Wood. Now, I'll briefly talk about their training. Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, and Yajirobe train together on the lookout, while Piccolo still trains with Gohan. Goku and Krillin reach King Kai's in about the same time as Ken and Goku. They both get way stronger, and the 10 times gravity helps their growth a lot, and they both learn the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Krillin works on stacking his Kaioken with his buff form, as well as mastering it to remove its drawbacks. The buff form multiplier is increased to 2 times, as he improved it to make it even stronger, calling it his true max power form. Luckily, Krillin was there to remind Goku to leave early, so when the Saiyans arrived, they both meet up with the rest of the Z-Fighters, and I'll touch upon their power levels after the year of training. The human Z-Fighters' power levels stay relatively the same, so I'll not talk about them. Piccolo got a bit stronger due to knowing both Goku and Krillin surpassing his strength. His power level is instead at 4,000, which in turn makes Gohan stronger, making his power level 1100 instead of 981. Goku's power level is at 10,000, and with Kaioken times 4, it shoots up to 40,000. Krillin is at 8,000, being behind Goku, but his use of Kaioken is better, and he can stack Kaioken times 3 with his buff form, putting his power level at 48,000. Although he can use it in short bursts, as it's incredibly strenuous. They both got stronger thanks to King Kai's training, and Goku grew even more due to having a training partner that is Krillin. Also, I said Krillin learned the Spirit Bomb, but this version is much weaker due to him not having a fully pure out just yet, so he focused more on his Kaioken and buff form. Let's get to the battle. Vegeta and Nappa land near a populated area, and Nappa destroyed an entire city with alerted the Z-Fighters. Vegeta and Nappa are met by Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, Piccolo, and Gohan, and later Goku and Krillin arrive. Vegeta scans their power level and sees that everyone is only in the 100, and Goku being the highest at 800. Vegeta laughs and tells Nappa to plant the Cybermen, which he did. But as soon as they grow out, Krillin finishes them off with a scattering bullet, which hits Nappa and Vegeta as well. Vegeta is pissed off by this, but is then shocked when he sees Nappa wincing slightly. Vegeta scans all their power levels again, after the Z-Fighters power up to the maximum, and is shocked. Vegeta! What's their power level? That bold. His power level is over 8,000, and Kakarot is over 10,000. What? You have to be kidding me! The Saiyans realize they have to take it seriously, and Vegeta orders Nappa to take care of the others while he fights Goku and Krillin. Piccolo says he will fight Nappa first, as he and Nappa rush at each other, exchanging furious blows. Both of them are actually even powered, with Nappa having the edge in raw power, while Piccolo has the edge in skill and speed. During their battle, Goku, Krillin, and Vegeta fly off the desolate place and face off against each other before launching. The Earth Warriors together match Vegeta in power, and Vegeta struggles to block and counter all their attacks, as they have great synergy. Goku and Krillin are in their base to save up their energy, but decide to take it up to use Kaioken, which surprises Vegeta as they rush at him, landing furious attacks on him, smacking him around like a game of pinball. Vegeta gets very injured by this and stops himself mid-air, flying to the sky to rain down the Goku and Krillin dodge expertly, fly up into the sky to land a double gut punch, which makes Vegeta cough up blood. He grabs their fists and spins them around before throwing them into a mountain. He prepares a Gallic gun to finish them off, but Goku and Krillin notice this and prepare their own Kamehamehas to fire them. They fire their beams at each other, resulting in a beam clash, which only lasted a short while, as Goku and Krillin's Kamehameha overpowers Vegeta's Gallic gun, and he sends him flying into the atmosphere. Let's go back to Nappa and Piccolo's fight. Nappa manages to find an opening and lands a devastating white hook in Piccolo's face, which sends him flying. He's about to fire a mouth beam at Piccolo until he feels his body freeze, and he wonders who is doing this. He looks down to see Chaozu using his telekinesis to stop him in place. Yamcha quickly fires a Spirit Ball and twirls his fingers around to constantly hit Nappa, before Tien fires a Neo Tri-Beam, but Nappa breaks out of the telekinesis and barely dodges the beam. Enraged, he tries to rush towards them, but before that happens, he's caught off guard by Piccolo's special beam cannon flying towards him. He barely reacted to dodge the attack, but the beam still pierced through his shoulder, causing him immense pain. Then Piccolo flies back in to continue his fight with Nappa. They once again exchange attacks, but Nappa is at a disadvantage due to being unable to use one of his arms. Piccolo slams into him into the ground before using his demon blade to finish off Nappa. They think he's finished off and celebrate, but then hear a giant roar in the distance. They look around to see where it's coming from, until they look in the direction Goku and Krillin went and see an enormous ape in the distance. They curse as they forgot the Saiyans could transform, but then hear a laugh coming from the creative Piccolo. "You're done for now! Ah 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 ah!" As Nappa stands up slowly, still shaking, and looks up at the Powerball Vegeta used. He then also starts to transform. "Gohan, don't look at that light!" Piccolo yelled. They all cowered in fear as Nappa grew into a giant monkey and roared. We all ran away, but Gohan was too shocked and couldn't move. Nappa walked towards Gohan and tried to step on him, but then Piccolo tackles Gohan and pushes him out of the way, which results in Piccolo getting crushed instead as he screams out in agony. "Piccolo!" Gohan yells, finally snapping out as he sees the mangled corpse of Piccolo. He runs towards him to check on him, but sees Piccolo barely breathing as he starts to cry. Piccolo thanks Gohan for being his only friend and tells him how proud he is to see him grow so strong before passing away. Nappa laughs and is about to step on Gohan again. "Dodon Ray!" A yellow beam flies towards Nappa and hits him in the eye, which causes Nappa to cry in pain. Gohan, enraged by Piccolo's death, rushes towards Nappa to deliver a volley of punches and kicks. He tries to swat Gohan away, but he dodges and fires a Masenko in Nappa's face, which causes him to stagger back a little. He roars in anger and runs towards Gohan to deliver a punch, but Gohan is pushed out of the way again, this time being Yamcha, as he takes the full force of the punch, instead flying into multiple trees before hitting a rock in a large impact. Yamcha Fella's bones and organs get crushed as he too dies from his injuries. The rest cower in fear, seeing no other way to win, as Nappa laughs and mocks them. Until his tail gets cut off by someone else. He screams in pain before reverting back to his base form, as he looks around to see who cut off his tail. But before he could react, the sword pierces through his heart, killing him instantly. It was none other than Yajirobe, who killed Nappa. Tien and Chaozu Gohan, relieved as they go over him. They're all saddened at the loss of Piccolo and Yamcha, since now they can't be revived by the Dragon Balls, as Kami is dead. After a couple of minutes, they also see Vegeta shrink back down in the distance. They thought that Goku and Krillin must have won, so they flew over to check on him. Let's go back a couple of minutes to talk about the fight with Vegeta. Once Vegeta was hit by their Kamehamehas, he's launched into the atmosphere before the beam fizzled out. He is very injured from Goku and Krillin's onslaught, and out of desperation, he tries to transform into a Great Ape. He tries to look for the moon, but it was nowhere to be found. Remember, Piccolo blew up the moon. He curses before using his key to create his own artificial moon. He hated to resort to this, but he has no other choice. He transforms into his Great Ape and crashes down in front of him. Goku is stunned, realizing he's the one who killed Grandpa Gohan. But Krillin manages to snap Goku out of it, as they narrowly dodged a huge fist that smashed into the mountain, crumbling it into dust. They once again rush towards Vegeta, but their attacks now do nothing as Vegeta starts to both work. He fires a mouth beam towards Krillin, and takes a large amount of damage from coughing out blood. Goku and Krillin realize they have to use their maximum power, so Goku powers up into Power 10 times 4, and Krillin combines his buff form with Power 10 times 3, as they both rush back into the fight to fight Vegeta. The attacks still do nothing to him, but they're fast enough to dodge Vegeta's attack and tangle him. He expands his aura and pushes his feet back, before grabbing Goku in both of his hands and squeezing as hard as he could to crush Goku's throat. Goku screams in agony, and he feels all of his bones getting crushed, while Krillin watches on in horror. He flies up and performs the solar flare, which blinds Vegeta, and he releases his grip on Goku. Goku falls to the ground, severely injured and unable to move. They ate all the senzu beans while training, so they can't heal. Krillin tries to think of an idea as Vegeta slowly regains his vision. Once again, thinking quickly, he flew up and performed the prototype technique he thought of during his training. he combined the Thunder Shock surprise with his Kamehameha, creating his shocking Kamehameha as the green key beam, rattling with green electricity, raced towards Vegeta. As soon as Vegeta regained his vision, he is hit by the beam and gets pushed back. He laughs, about to say it's futile, but realizes he can't move a muscle. He's stunned for the moment, so taking this opportunity, he creates a large Kienzan and throws it towards the giant ape. Vegeta, realizing the danger in that technique, manages to break free and jump over the energy disk, which flies right under it. He cackles to himself, yelling at Krillin, "It's over," but Krillin says, "I wasn't aiming for you." He was confused for a moment until he felt a sharp pain emanating from his back. He looks behind and saw that Krillin had cut off his tail instead, as he yells in anger and starts de-transforming. Vegeta reverts back to his base form, as he curses at the bald human before rushing in. But now, he's the one who can't hurt Krillin, and he gets pummeled into the ground over and over again. Once Krillin had enough, he prepared a ki blast to finish Vegeta off, until he heard a yell, "Krillin, stop!" He falters for a moment and looks to see Goku, telling him to let go of Vegeta. At first, he didn't want to, but then Goku gave a bunch of reasons as to why, which made Krillin think whether or not to kill Vegeta or not. Overwhelmed by his thoughts, he coughs up blood once again, and passes out because of the drawbacks of Kaioken with his buff form, which started to tear his body apart. Vegeta, taking advantage, calls his space pod and leaves the planet. "It's not over. We will meet again, Kakarot." Flash the sinister through before passing out from his ignorance. Bulma and Roshi and the rest of the Z-Fighters still alive came over to check on Krillin and Goku. He then carried them over to the hospital to get healed. The senzu beans haven't grown yet, and Yajirobe ate all the leftovers, which left them no choice but to send the two to the hospital. They both were pretty banged up, with Goku being in a worse condition, since pretty much all of his bones were destroyed. And that concludes part 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I made this one quite long, as this is my first actual what if. Well, technically not, since I made one a while ago, but I plan to continue this what if. But only if you guys like the video and support my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully.